Bakit ba kasi ayaw humarap ni VP Sara doon sa hearing? Alam mo, nung merong Quadcom, hinaharap ni VP Sara yung Quadcom. Di ba? Inaano nga niya, piloso ko na lahat yung mga congressman doon eh. Binabarumba doon eh.
Yung right to appear, she does not want to go there because she does not have to. That is the right of every person, either in a criminal case, a civil case, or in any case. Okay, Luis Tro, bakit yung asawa mo, yung na-accuse ng rape, di mo pinaharap, tinago mo, inamin mo eh, di ba? Oh, number one. Number two, De Lima, nung ikaw ay iniimbestigahan ng House Committee doon sa so-called believed drug trade, di ka rin humarap.
Like father, like daughter. Ayaw rin humarap ni Duterte sa ICC. Diba? Ayaw humarap ng daughter.
I'm Salve Grame from Runda Balita Pilipinas and Tagline Vlog. Tatanong ko lang po kay Atty. Topacio at saka kay Atty. regarding po doon sa file po ng impeachment doon po sa lower house. Noong una-unang batch na nag-file ng impeachment laban kay VP Sara, 100% tinanggap po. Bakit po yung pangalawang batch na they knows na nandun po lahat ng ebidensya, nagdahilan po sila na walang sekretariat, hindi po matanggap yung impeachment for the second time around. Na yun po yung magpo-prove. Yun po yung magpo-prove kung ano ang meron doon sa impeachment na dinala nila Atty. Topacio laban po doon sa impeachment PBBM. Di ba? First time, nag-file ng case kay VP Sara yung first batch, tinanggap nila laban VP Sara. For the second time around, dumating po yung second batch, nag-file ng impeachment laban kay PBBM. Hindi po yung tinanggap dahil mali-maleta po yung dalang ebidensya. What would you say regarding with that sa pangyayari po yan, Atty. Topacio and Atty. Thank
Well,
you po.
prescinding from the issue of the quality and quantity of evidence, mag-focus na lang tayo doon sa procedure. Para sa amin po ay dapat tinanggap because the Constitution says it is the Secretary General. A office of the Secretary General, hindi yung Secretary General mismo. Kung wala yung Secretary General, hindi naman niya dinala yung buong opisina niya. Pagdating naman namin doon, may deputy siya, may mga desk naman doon, may computer, may printer, andun naman yung opisina, dapat tinanggap. But anyway, going to the impeachment again, ako po ay veterano na ng impeachment. Many of you may not remember that I was one of the two persons who successfully impeached then COMELEC Chairman Andres Reyes. At I agree again with JV. Ito po ay political eh. Yung amin po ito, kwento ko lang very briefly with the kind permission of Atty. Mison. Yung amin po, they tried to block it sa House. Nagbotohan, insufficient daw in form. Okay. Ngayon, hindi nag-agree yung House Justice Committee Chairman, then the late Ray Umali. Ang ginawa namin, dinala namin sa plenary, overwhelmingly, the House Committee was overruled and the articles were transmitted to the Senate. Ito ngayon, this is where the present situation comes in. Di ba sabi nila gusto nila mabilis? Bakit hindi pa nila gawin yon? Bakit hindi pa nila i-transmit agad sa Senate para mag-trial na? Hindi nila gagawin kasi gagamitin na nila yung hearing para sirain si VP Sara. Kayang-kaya nila yan. Don't let anyone tell you different. 1/3. Sisiw. Diba? Pero bakit hindi? Again, sinisira nila si Sara, ginagamit nila yung hearings. Thank you po.
Yes, ako naman. Ito, instead of answering, tatanungin ko yung panyero ko. Bakit ba kasi ayaw humarap ni VP Sara doon sa hearing? Alam mo, nung merong Quadcom, hinaharap ni VP Sara yung Quadcom. Di ba? Inaano nga niya, piloso ko na lahat yung mga congressman doon eh. Binabarumba doon eh. Forgive me for saying, kung isa nang dating na parang binabastos na niya, di ba? Quadcom yun ha, Quadcom. Ito, Justice Committee. Binigyan siya ng, kasi sabi ng Supreme Court eh, hindi naman yan nasa konstitusyon, sabi ng Supreme Court. O kayo, House Justice Committee. At every stage of the proceedings, bigyan nyo ng pagkakataon ang respondent na sumagot. Kasi yan ang due process. Kaya lang kasi, alam niyo yung due process, You will find that in Section 1 of Article 3 of the Constitution. It is only available if there is a threat to life, liberty, and property. Ha? Impeachment does not involve any of those three. Kasi yung impeachment, tinatanggal mo yung high official na hindi mo pwede ihabla. You cannot sue these people eh. You cannot. So you have to first remove them by means of impeachment. Ngayon, ang point ko dito, no, you know, doon sa stage ng House, talagang political yan, Father. Eh. Wala na tayong magagawa doon kahit i-define ng Supreme Court yan. Di! Primarily legal yan. Sabi ni Chief Justice, yung legal, doon na kayo sa legal pagdating sa Senate. Kasi dyan na yung evidence eh. Dyan na yung trial. Kaya tama rin naman si Panyero, huwag kayong mag-trial dyan sa Justice Committee. Ang tanong ko lang, bakit pa ayaw marap ni Vice President sa Justice Committee? Sabi niya, there will be a bloodbath. Iniisang patak ng tugo, wala akong makita. Eh kasi nga, ayaw marap eh. Has she turned chicken?
I will answer that very incisively. Yung right to appear, she does not want to go there because she does not have to. That is the right of every person, either in a criminal case, a civil case, or in any case. Okay, I will throw the question back, not to my good friend, but to those in the House saying na bakit siya ayaw humarap. Luis Tro, bakit yung asawa mo yung na-accuse ng rape? Di mo pinaharap, tinago mo, inamin mo di ba? Oh, number 1. Number 2, De Lima, nung ikaw ay iniimbestigahan ng House Committee doon sa so-called believed drug trade, di ka rin humarap. Oh, we respected that. Sabi ang complainants doon, bakit ngayon you turn around and say, dapat it should be taken against the Vice President. Hindi humaharap si VP dahil nakita na niya doon sa Quadcom that she is just legitimizing the proceedings. Number 2, she now has a pending petition before the Supreme Court questioning the very proceedings na sinasabing ayaw niyang humarap. By going there, it may be interpreted as tantamount to a waiver of her causes of action before the Supreme Court. So that is the short answer. Very logical, is well within her rights, there is a pending case at ayaw niyang paggamit sa mga, si Peter na rin na nagsabi ng term, ayaw magpagamit sa mga clowns, di ba? Sabi nga nila, di ba? When a clown becomes president, the clown does not become presidential. The palace becomes a circus.
Father Robert, please react. And then we have one last question after this. Go ahead, sir.
Like father, like daughter. Ayaw rin umarap ni Duterte sa ICC. Diba? Ayaw umarap ng daughter. Ano, tanong ko, is the refusal to face the court, ICC or the House Committee, is that a political or a legal or a moral decision? Kung political, may political advantage eh. Yung mga pro-Duterte nandoon, nagrarally kung ano nung sasabihin. Kasi kawawa si Digong. Pag umarap yan eh, bumubugin, etc. Yung gano'n rin sasabihin ng mga supporters ni Sara, huwag ka nang umarap, ma'am. Malakas ang political base mo. Political. Legal. They have the right not to appear. Pero moral. Kung wala kang, kung you are not guilty, face the music and sit there until proven that you are guilty and or not guilty.
If I may respond very quickly, you know, yung line na kung walang tinatago, ba't ayaw humarap, is the biggest BS that has ever been peddled. Ano? Marami pong reasons. Even the Supreme Court has recognized in a number of cases na flight is not necessarily an indication of guilt. Maraming kaso yan. I can give that to you. Just not right now, but you can Google it up. Okay, now yung sinasabi ni Father, ni Reverend Robert Reyes, the moral, alam niyo po, kaya tayo secular country. Our rules are an amalgamation of legal, political, and moral. Kasi kung puro moral na lamang, para tayong mga Muslim countries sa Sharia, magnakaw ka, putulin yung kamay mo, di ba? O, manilip ka, tukpatin yung mata mo, bulagin ka, di ba? O, gano'n na lang tayo. Hindi pwedeng puro moral, in the same way, hindi puro legal, hindi pwedeng puro political. Balanse po yan. So, legally, na-explain ko na po, hindi ko na uulitin, na they are well within their rights. Yung kay Duterte, hindi ko ma-discuss masyado dahil may pending case po sa Korte Suprema at magiging subjudice. And again, with all due respect to Attorney JV, the Supreme Court is entitled to full faith and credit. Kahit even if you disagree, huwag tayo sanang magbibigay ng any insinuations or allusions na something is going on aside from the legitimate processes of adjudicating cases. Lalo na kung wala tayong pruweba. Sabi nga nila, the Supreme Court is not final because it is infallible. It is infallible because it is final. We may debate to death yung mga kaso roon, pero pag naglabas na po yan, huwag na po nating salaunain yung motibo unless may pruweba po tayo. Okay, so yun po ang sinasabi ko. They are well within the rights. Yun yung sa ICC, there are jurisdictional, political, and other questions na nasa Supreme Court. Hindi pa naman po ako makapag-komento. But rest assured, hindi po dahil guilty kaya ayaw humarap. Not necessarily the case. And I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me on that. Salamat po.
One last question from media before we pack it up for today. Go ahead, please, sir.
Good morning. Eddan po ng Road News Tabloid. Ako po ay nagugulumayanan sa inyong lahat dyan sapagkat napakasimple na probable cause ay parang nahihirapan kayo. Umabot pa ng pustahan. Siguro, maruin po na sa sunod imbitahan nyo na lang po yung graduate ng Wambol University. Sapagkat mismo nagsalita na yung Korte Suprema, hindi humura sa Wambol graduate ng Wambol University. At Atty. Topacio, ay ako pwede mo pag-isama ko
Hindi lang graduate yun, partner. Siya pa ang Dean of the College of Law ng Wambol University. The same person who said, pwede natin i-disregard yung order ng Supreme Court.
Yun na ako. Ano ho ngayon ang stand niyo po doon? May order na po yung Supreme Court. Bakit tinuloy pa rin daw yung impeachment kay Sara Duterte?
Ito na mag-explain pa rin na walang order.
Walang
Walang order po, wala pa.
walang order. Hinihintay ng Senado yung articles of impeachment kung makaka-find ng probable cause. And I agree with Atty. Topacio. Doon na papunta magkakaroon ng finding yan. And to my mind, whether or not there is a finding, it's still prerogative. After all, the Constitution gave them the power, the exclusive, ibig sabihin, pwera kayo lahat. Siya lang ang pwede mag-initiate. Walang pwede makialam. In fact, can Congress abuse its prerogative? Yes, it can abuse. Yes. Just not make it grave. Kasi pag naging grave na, iba na yan. That is whimsical, capricious, tyrannical to the extent that you are not doing your duty anymore. That you are just oppressing the respondent. Yan ang grave abuse. Yan lang ang pwedeng mag-step in ng Supreme Court. But if the abuse is simple abuse, Congress can do it. Under the Constitution, pwede yan. Ngayon, the Supreme Court naman can make mistakes Kaya nga lang, sabi nga ni Atty. Topacio, that mistake is law of the land. Wala tayong magagawa. Unless, it is reversed. It is reversed. Kasi nire-reverse din naman ng Supreme Court ang sarili niya. Pagka nagbago ang position niyan, for example, re-reverse niya yung doctrine, aalisin niya yan. Dapat kasi, the Supreme Court, I don't want to advise the Supreme Court, but this is just a comment from a common citizen, not necessarily a lawyer. No? Na considering, one, the Supreme Court justices are themselves impeachable. So if they make impeachment difficult, they grant themselves a favor. Kasi pabor sa kanila yun Pagka pinahirapan nila, kamukha ngayon, yun ang sinasabi ni Senate President Soto, which by the way, I think, wag na natin ihahamon ad hominem. I think he's been saying sensible things about the Supreme Court decision. And he has the prerogative to say that. After all, he is Senate President. Kung equal sila Huwag sabihin ng Supreme Court, mas magaling siya kay Soto. Hindi pwede Dahil ang power nila equal under the Constitution. I-balance mo yan. So he can say it. And number two, the Supreme Court should have been very sensitive about the fact that most of them, I think 12 or 13 of them, were appointees of, former President Rodrigo Duterte. And therefore, whatever they do, they should be careful kasi yung beneficiary ng kanilang decision is a daughter of the very person who appointed them. In theory kasi, when a member of the Supreme Court, or for that matter, any elected na constitutional body, is appointed by, say, the President, it is, whatever political debt is cut, dapat tapos na yun. When one is given the oath, then the loyalty of that official must be to the country na, to the oath. He must be independent and autonomous, and not beholden to the appointing power. But, you cannot take away from the minds of the people that if they do this, and it benefits Duterte, and most of them are Duterte appointees, a conclusion, fairly or unfairly, may be made. So that we were asking the Supreme Court sana, restraint, more prudence naman, more caution naman. So now, there is now again another petition by Sara Duterte. And I think the Duterte supporters, the so-called DDS, are expecting another favorable decision from the Supreme Court. No, that will be the last nail in the coffin. Pagka yan ay igrinan, maliwanag pa sa sikat ng araw, di ba? Na medyo may pinapaboran na dito. Let Congress do its job. Let it file the articles if there's already 1/3 vote from the plenary. And then, let us hear the trial before the Senate, sitting as a court. That is the legal aspect of impeachment. Because now, the case is before a court. Congress was just a committee and a plenary. It is not a court. Pag sumampa na yan sa court, Senate, impeachment court, then that is the time when the full panoply of due process must be respected and upheld. Kasi dyan, pwede mo nang i-cross-examine ang mga witnesses. Kaya si Madriaga, hindi mo talaga pwedeng sabihin kung credible yan o hindi. Pwede mo lang i-comment, as an unprofessional observation, parang credible, ganyan. But you cannot really test his credibility because in the House, in the Justice Committee, clarificatory hearing does not allow cross-examination. You cannot test the credibility of the witness. If trial commences in the Senate, that is the occasion when the lawyers of Sara Duterte, like the eminent Atty. Topacio, can test the credibility of Madriaga whether he is saying the truth or not. Kasi meron na hong cross-examination.
And on that note, I think time is running out. And like I said, we will never have enough time if we have Father Robert, Attorney Ferdy, and Attorney JV in one table. Mauubusan pa tayo ng oras. I think I like the way Father Robert said that it has to be, the impeachment process is both political, legal, and moral. And ako naman, on the part of whatever statements has been said here, it's very difficult to ascribe any wrongdoing unless there are evidence, right? Because we are governed by the rule of law. Very difficult to ascribe misgivings or even mga hidden transactions. Here, in Everything for Good, here in Impact Publishing, here at the agenda, what we are after for is really justice. And justice can be had either here, applying the law of the land, or even the law of the Lord. And Attorney JV, there is still a higher court than the Supreme Court, but it is not up to us to decide. So with that, maraming salamat po sa inyong tagapakinig. Mabuhay ang Panginoon, mabuhay ang Pilipinas, mabuhay ang Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much. No. Galingan mo.